My name is Matthias Caboti. I like to welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the World War Hoax story arc. Came out in 2010, written by Jeph Loeb and Greg Pak. This took place in Hulk issues 22 to 24 and Incredible Hulk, issues 609 to 611. And we also have a World War Hulk one-shot, which the one-shot itself you can skip over unless you're super die-hard Hulk fan. Like, before I spoil this whole story, I do like it in general. The World War Hulk story, it's maybe just a little bit too overcomplicated at moments. They just tried too hard. With that, it feels a little bit bloated, but it does have some really good moments. But this one shot, if you're not a hardcore Hulk fan, you can just pretty much skip over it, because it's like an anthology comic book. It has a bunch of short stories with characters that are involved with the World Hulk story, but it doesn't tie in very much to the main story itself. So you have a story with the Rick Jones Abomination, another one with this guy called Talbot. He's sort of like a classic Hulk character. Another one with Cosmic Hulk. Another one focusing on the envy that Doc Samson. This one does tie more into the World War Hulk story, but the envy that Doc Samson has, that he's not the smartest guy. Like, he's working with the intelligentsia, with the leader and stuff like that, and they look down on him because he's the stupidest of the smart guys, and he's not the strongest guy either. And he starts reminiscing about his battles with Hulk, so he has to use his cunning into showing off that he's the man and that he can come out on top, and that he can defeat Hulk once and for all, and also outsmart the leader. So it does add a little bit to his character. Also, we get a little bit of the story of Red She-Hulk, how the intelligentsia were really messing with their mind, and all the mind games that Doc Samson was doing on him. Also, we have another brief story. This one I found to be a little bit more entertaining. How Red Hulk kept his relationship with Deadpool after their battle with X-Force. And the funny thing here is that when Deadpool hulks out during the fall of the Hulks, he starts destroying the AIM base, and he comes across his friend Bob. It's a classic Deadpool character, and Deadpool decides to bail out on the battle and go on an adventure with Bob, so that was pretty funny. So, second issue of the World War Hulk story. To the Hulk issue 22, we have Red Hulk. He's having to battle against the Hulked out heroes. They get all transformed into Hulks in the Fall of the Hulk story arc. So Red Hulk has to go up against a Thor Hulk, a Cyclops Hulk, a Captain America Hulk Storm. It's really super over the top, and some people might not like that. For me, it's almost on the limit. I almost tuned out. It was a little too much for me at first, but I learned to enjoy it. The thing is, Hulk is able to barely defeat these guys. Like, he's all jacked up after having to deal with them, but he wants to stop the leader. He wants to stop their evil plans, because he has his own plans that he wants to take to his advantage, this whole situation. So Hulk is all messed up after his battle with the Hulked out heroes, and he gets his ass kicked by this Red She-Hulk, and we get the big reveal. Red She-Hulk absorbs his powers, and we discover once and for all that Thunderbolt Ross is the Red Hulk. So if you didn't know that, I spoiled that for you, but it was like a very badly kept secret. Then we get the Incredible Hulk story by Greg Pak, 609, and this story is just too complicated. The whole plan that the leader had in absorbing the intelligence of all the greatest minds in the Marvel universe, using Littleville and this whole illusion, stuff like that, it was just way too complicated for me, at least for my taste. It was like Greg Pak was just trying too hard to make things super interesting for a Hulk story. And while this is happening, leader trying to brainwash them, absorb all of their intelligence, and destroy their minds at the same time, we have the Hulked out heroes battling against Scar. So as this takes place, Bruce Banner realizes the situation, helps all the Marvel geniuses break out from Littleville. Doom tries to pull a fast one on them and absorb all of their knowledge, but Bruce Banner is able to screw Doom over, and is saved by Red She-Hulk. She sort of recuperates her memories. She remembers she's Betty Ross, but she gets stabbed by Scar, by Hulk's son. So we get into issues. Hulk issue probably 23. Yeah. Hulk issue 23, we get like the whole retelling of Thunderbolt Ross's life, which feels like a lot of filler, but it does sort of give you the motives behind how and why he decided to become the Red Hulk and how he fits into the leaders and MODOK's plans. While in Incredible Hulk, probably 610, we have Bruce Banner trying to figure out, because they discover that the hulked out heroes, they're all going to die because of their bodies just can't deal with all the energy that are making them into the Hulks. So Banner has to figure out a plan in trying to reabsorb all of their energy back into his system, and obviously he's going to become the Hulk again. So they're having to deal with Doc Samson. We have the hulked out Amadeus Cho, who has this super gross super mind that looks terrible. It grosses me out every time I see him. So what happens in this? Banner's able to defeat the leader. They hatched up this whole plan where they're going to reabsorb all the hulked out heroes' energy. Bruce Banner is going to be able to absorb them. Doc Samson has a weird change of heart. He becomes a hero again for some reason. It's not explained. Like a couple pages earlier, they're battling it out, and now he wants to help Hulk. He repents that he made a big mistake. He sacrifices his life so Bruce Banner can reabsorb all of this energy, and we get the big comeback of the classic Hulk. So that was pretty awesome. And we get the build up to Hulk's battle with Scar, which Scar came to Earth. He wanted to kill Hulk. He thought he was the one responsible for the destruction of his home world, the death of his mother, and we finally get that final showdown, which is the best part of this whole story, because it's sort of heartbreaking. Scar wants to kill Hulk. He wants to make him pay. They have this super epic battle, but the whole story starts to have flashbacks with Hulk having to deal with the fact that his father used to be abusive and used to beat him, and now he's beating the shit out of his own kid, and that this whole situation is really messed up. And so he doesn't want to fight, but he wants to defend himself, and it's a really messed up and well-written situation. Like, this whole story it's all over the place, the tone. There's too much going on, but like this one issue is really solid. And we have all the situations that Hulk is having flashbacks with, the whole child abuse he went through, and he having to beat the shit out of his kid because their battle is actually leveling a whole city, and Hulk wants to stop that. So he actually beats the shit out of his own kid. It's a really sad moment. He depowers. He goes back into Bruce Banner, and he gives his kid a hug, and he asks for forgiveness. So it's a really sad issue, and it's very well written. Like, out of all the issues within this story, this is like the only one you got to read. It's really good, because after this, in Hulk issue 24, we have the battle of Hulk versus Red. Like, while this went down, the battle between Hulk and Scar went down, Red Hulk took over the U.S. government. That was his big secret plan. He was going to screw over the leader. He was going to become the new president of the United States, instruct martial law over the whole situation of the hulked out heroes. And Green Hulk arrives. They go into battle. And this whole situation feels like a big afterthought. Like, you feel like the story ends with Scar, but no. So you get the basic battle. She-Hulk battles against Red She-Hulk, so she could get her vengeance on her. Obviously, Green Hulk wins the battle. We get the conclusion where Red Hulk is sent to prison, but he's going to be part of the Avengers in a little while. And yeah, this story, as I said before, it's all over the place. I think the battle with Scar-Son was the only good battle, and the story with the most depth to it. And I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.